If the world was made for us, then it belongs to us, and we can do what we damn well please with it. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It is the life in your years. A bird is safe in its nest, but that is not what its wings are made for. The world is a prison in which solitary confinement is preferable. When friendship is settled, you must trust. Before friendship is formed, you must pass judgment. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. Status will get you nowhere. Only an open heart will allow you to float equally between everyone. Forgiveness doesn't have to be when they are sorry, but when you show compassion to those who don't deserve it. I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains. The logical man must either deny all miracles or none. I don't walk away from things I think are unfinished. Nothing forces us to know what we do not want to know except pain. Rich people plan for 3 generations, poor people plan for Saturday night. One has to take a somewhat bold and dangerous line with this existence, especially as, whatever happens, we are bound to lose it. This had seemed a safe choice, since to be against the Beatles is to be against life. I quote others only in order the better to express myself. It's a strange myth that atheists have nothing to live for. It's the opposite. We have nothing to die for. We have everything to live for. It is safer to search in the maze than to remain in a cheeseless situation. Man is but a reed, the most feeble thing in nature, but he is a thinking reed. If you're treated like a puppet, find a new ball of string. I was a veritable Johnny Appleseed of grand expectations, and all I reaped for my trouble was a harvest of bitter fruit. Because, sometimes, things happen to people and they're not equipped to deal with them. The worst thing about being lied to is knowing you weren't worth the truth. Fear is nothing more than a negative assessment of risk. I am nothing more than the consequence of catastrophe. Life is not like water. Things in life don't necessarily flow over the shortest possible route. The evolution revolution is here. Global sense makes common sense. It is when things are at worst you will get the best. If you don't learn to laugh at life, it'll surely kill you, that I know. The act of going within, finding our truth, and then sharing it, it helps us far more than we know. Everything looks impossible initially, and then everything eases out gradually. Beginning is the key. We must be willing to let go of the life we plan so as to have the life that is waiting for us. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The results of knowledge without application results in nothing at all. Do what you know better to do. Believe in your heart that you're meant to live a life full of passion, purpose, magic, and miracles. One of the inescapable encumbrances of leading an interesting life is that there have to be moments when you almost lose it. If you can't do anything about it, laugh like hell. There are some things that it is better to begin than to refuse, even though the end may be dark. Time bows to authentic commitment, and it stretches to accommodate it. Imagination is cheap as long as you don't have to worry about the details. A desire not to butt into other people's business is at least 80% of all human wisdom. The boy and his heart had become friends, and neither was capable now of betraying the other. I don't want life to imitate art. I want life to be art. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. Bitter though it may be to many, Caphael concluded, there is no substitute for truth, in this or any case. You don't chase darkness out of the room with a knife or a broom. Instead, you turn on the light. Without balance, a life is no longer worth the effort. Life is not complex. We are complex. Life is simple, and the simple thing is the right thing. The world is already full of critics. To stand out, be an encourager. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her/him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. The mind is like a restless monkey, but with practice and detachment, it can be tamed and made peaceful. Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear. It is during our failures that we discover our true desire for success. Being human is not hard because you're doing it wrong. It's hard because you're doing it right. Your worth consists in what you are and not in what you have. Success means we go to sleep at night knowing that our talents and abilities were used in a way that served others. We may be living past and future lives at the same time we are living this one. Kindness is not a business. True kindness expects nothing in return and should never act with conditions. Once in a while, it really hits people that they don't have to experience the world in the way they have been told to. Sometimes you just have those days where everything goes wrong. But sometimes, and totally unexpectedly, something can go right. The truth does not change according to our ability to stomach it. You do not immortalize the lost by writing about them. Language buries, but does not resurrect. There's more to logic than identifying logical fallacies. In what will survive mayhem and harmony of my annihilation? Each of us is full of shit in our own special way. We are all shitty little snowflakes dancing in the universe. We believe in ordinary acts of bravery and the courage that drives one person to stand up for another. The beautiful journey of today can only begin when we learn to let go of yesterday. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. Accidents happen. Our bones shatter, our skin splits, our hearts break. We burn, we drown, we stay alive. When one has a grateful heart, life is so beautiful. The best way to prepare for life is to begin to live. The universe doesn't give you what you want in your mind. It gives you what you demand with your actions. Speaking the truth is the main attribute of a pure-hearted person. It has shown me that everything is illuminated in the light of the past. It is always along the side of us, on the inside, looking out. No matter how smart we may think we are, no matter how committed we are to our truth, we can lose our way. To ugly ducklings everywhere, don't worry about those fluffy yellow morons. They'll never get to be swans. Little risks brings forth little success, and great risks brings forth great success. To use your head, you have to go out of your mind. The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. This place has only 3 exits, sir: madness and death. It is strange how often a heart must be broken before the years can make it wise. Memories were short and history unkind. It was the way of the world. Have enough courage to start and enough heart to finish. Whatever stories we make up about ourselves, others will tell a different one. Where you stumble and fall, there you will find gold. Without a sense of identity, there can be no real struggle. Every concept of reality is all in our head. Belief is what makes truth. I imagine that the intelligent people are the ones so intelligent that they don't even need or want to look intelligent anymore. Be the person that will take the first step towards personal success. You will be remembered for it. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. It is not the possession of truth, but the success which attends the seeking after it, that enriches the seeker and brings happiness to him. When you are in company of people who don't add value to your life, you risk wasting your effort to succeed. In the end, you should always do the right thing even if it's hard. Words are like eggs dropped from great heights. You can no more call them back than ignore the mess they leave when they fall. Advice is like snow. The softer it falls, the longer it dwells upon, and the deeper it sinks into the mind. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Today is the oldest you've ever been, and the youngest you'll ever be again. It is the certainty that they possess the truth that makes men cruel. No matter how slow the truth moves, it will surely reach its destination.